Okay, here we go. All right, so today we are going to work on removing obstacles. And there are lots of ways to do that. Whoops, we can walk around them, we can ignore them, but the best way is to confront them and deal with it. So there's a wonderful story about Ganesha, and Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. And in Indian mythology, as in all mythology, these stories are meant to teach us lessons, to let us know how we should be living our lives, and they're ancient. So they come from when people were so close to the earth and maybe understood even more than we do today. We've forgotten a lot. So Ganesha was the elephant god, or I should say is. And the story of how he became the elephant god is very long, and I'm going to give you the 2-minute version. All right. So, but first, I just want to say that when we think again of mythology and what they teach us, typically most of these stories start with being born, suffering, dying, and resurrection. So there's a theme that goes through a lot of the stories involved, or transformation of some kind. So no different here. So Parvati was the wife of Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva is said to be the first yogi. And so he went off a lot to go into the forest to meditate or take care of other business. And Parvati was left alone. Now understand that Parvati represents Shakti, the divine feminine, the manifest of creation. And Shiva represents Purusha, or the consciousness of our consciousness, or divine consciousness. The two of these are one. They are not to be separated. And so the story unfolds this way, in that Parvati wanted someone to protect her door to her baths when Shiva was away. And she decided that she would create a child and of her own, and she took the oils from her body and created a beautiful son. And she told him that at any cost, he had to protect her while she was in her bath. And so she was in there. Shiva comes home, and there's this little kid, obstructing the entrance to see his wife. And he says, you can't tell me I can't go there, get out of the way. And Ganesha was so true to Parvati that he didn't know who Shiva was. So he fought. And what happened in the end is that Shiva cut his head off. And Parvati sees this and it's, oh my God, what have you done? That's our child. And so Shiva goes off, he sends his warriors off to find the most majestic animal and to find the perfect head to replace it with. And so when they go out, the first one they came to was an elephant, the first being, and the elephant kind of bowed to them as if granting them his head, and took the elephant's head, put it on the kid, the child, and we have Ganesha with an elephant head and a chubby body. And the reason for the chubby body that Shiva endowed him with was because to hold his elephant head up, but it also represents abundance but what's really important, the moral here of the story, is that Ganesha was that he was born at the threshold between our material life and our pure consciousness. And so he is not only the protector, but the guide to bring the two together. And that means inside of us, to bring the two forces together. So being at the threshold makes that very, very symbolic. So throughout our practice, we are going to be looking at Ganesha and the removal of obstacles, because that is what he's known for. He's one of the most revered figures in India. So we're going to begin with the Ganesha Mudra. And the Ganesha Mudra, you make a claw with one hand and a claw with the other hand, and then you interlock your fingers. Bring them together. Right. And put them in front of your heart. On an inhale, you're going to pull your hands away from each other, feeling the strength in your arms. As you exhale, you'll simply release it to give your body a moment to adjust. Inhale, pull. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull. Exhale, release. Once more. Inhale, push, pull. Exhale, release. And then open up your arms wide as if to release any obstacles. So we are strengthening ourselves. This is the intersection of the material with the spiritual coming together. And it's the threshold. And we open up the doors, allowing ourselves to move forward. So take a breath. Close your eyes. And as you breathe, just follow your natural breath. Just thinking about this power that resides inside of you. And every time you inhale, you are breathing in new life. And every time you exhale, you are letting go of what you no longer need. You are actually letting go of toxins. It's that cycle of rebirth constantly happening in our bodies. And then slowly open your eyes. Bring your arms alongside your body. Let's do our side stretch to the right with our left arm moving in that direction. Bending your right elbow, opening up your heart. Inhale, exhale, place your left hand forward of your right knee, both arms parallel. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, bend your elbows and fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and slide your hands to your right knee, left hand on right knee. Twist to look over your right shoulder. Send your chin down to your chest. Draw a line across your chest all the way over to your left shoulder. Look up. Inhale, exhale, trace that line across your neck over your right shoulder twice more, once in each direction. When you're looking over your right shoulder, Pause, bring your arms alongside your ears, turn to center. Inhale, exhale, lateral stretch to the left. Keep your hips down on the mat. Inhale, exhale, place your right hand forward of your left knee, parallel arms. Deep breath in on with a flat back. Exhale, bend and fold. Inhale, straighten your arms. Exhale, bend your elbows and fold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, slide your hands to your knee, right hand on left knee, look over your left shoulder. Remember, every opportunity you have in yoga, you lengthen your spine, crown of your head reaching up away from your sits bones. Bring your chin to your left shoulder. Draw a line across your neck over to your right shoulder. Look up just a bit. And then continue going back and forth. And then the next time you're looking over your left shoulder, you'll pause. Bring your arms alongside your ears and turn back to center. Bring your arms down by your side. Shake out your legs. And then bring the soles of your feet together. Hands on your shins. Cats and dogs will start exhaling, curling your spine back behind you, hanging off your arms. Inhale, send your heart forward, bend your elbows. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. One more exhale, hang off your arms. On an inhale, come up to a neutral spine. Bring forearm over forearm in front of you. And we're going to do our 5-pointed star. Inhale, exhale, come forward just a bit with your flat back. Inhale, exhale a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. Now you're going to bring your forearms down as far as you wish, as far as your body will allow you to, over your ankles or your calves, wherever they land is perfectly fine. They could even be floating. That's perfectly fine because you're still creating those two triangles that create, I'm sorry, a 6-pointed star. Did I say 5? It's 6. Look up, release your arms, and bring yourself back up to sit. Let's come around to a child's pose. So make your way around. And come into an extended child's pose, arms overhead, palms flat on the mat. You're going to look up between your hands. You're going to lift your hips, send your hips forward, your legs back behind you, your heart between your arms. Inhale, exhale, hips to heels. You don't have to go all the way because we're going to come right back up. Heart between your arms. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Chest to thighs, heels to the mat. Feel a long spine here. As I said before, every opportunity you want to keep that spine long and straight. And then begin to walk your dog. Bending one knee, bringing the other heel closer to the mat to open the back of your calf, your leg, and you'll do that from side to side. And then come back to your dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale to Phalakasana, plank pose. Engage those abdominal muscles, keeping that long, straight plank, no sagging in the middle. Bring your left knee down to the mat. Swivel your right foot, fan open to the right. Going to lift your right leg. Your shoulder should be over your wrist. If you wish, you can bend your right knee, take your foot and open up. And release, bring your knee down. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Slide forward to plank. Right knee to the mat. Swivel your left foot this time. Fan open to the left. Right shoulder over right wrist. Lift your left leg. If you wish, you'll bend your knee, take your foot in your hand and open up. And then release everything and come back to table. And bring your forearms down to the mat. And let's do our little slidey thing here, going back and forth. And then you're going to pause. And you're going to lift your elbows away from the mat, slide your hands to your knees, come to stand on your knees. Okay, good. Step your right foot forward. Walk it away. So you've got your hips over your left knee, so that's your supporting knee, right? You're going to inhale, send your arms up alongside your ears as you slide forward. You're going to bring your hands down along your side, come back over your supporting knee. This time you're going to do Ganesha Mudra. On an inhale, you're going to slide forward, feeling your strength. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat, straighten your leg, bow down. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your arms, come to stand over your left knee. Send your arms out to the side, bring your hands in front of you, Ganesha. Inhale, slide forward. Exhale, release. Bring your hands down to the mat. Straighten your right leg. Bow over it. Inhale. Come back up over your knee. Arms out to the side. This is the last time on this side, Ganesha. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten your leg. Bend your knee. Come up to stand on your knee and return your right knee to where you found it. And then send your left leg out in front of you. Walk your foot away a little bit. That'll give you more work in your quadriceps. Inhale. Exhale, first time. Ganesha. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your leg, bow. Inhale, come over your supporting leg. Ganesha. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten your leg. Once more. Ganesha Mudra. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your arms down by your side. Bring your knee back alongside your other knee. All right, good. Bring your hands to the mat. Step them up a little bit. Come forward, only this time you're not going to stay here. You're going to circle your hips. And the next time you're facing forward, you'll go the other way. And then the next time you're facing forward, you'll pause and then come to child's pose. Extend your arms on the mat overhead. Lift your hips, puppy pose. Your arms along the top of your body is like a low down dog. Your knees are under your hips for puppy. Turn under your toes, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back if you need to. Lift your right leg all the way up to the sky, pointing your toe up. Bring your left heel closer to the mat. Bend your right knee. Send your right foot to your left buttock to open up your hips. So it's as if your knee were reaching for the sky, so that you're stacking your hips, sort of, you know, almost. And then square your hips with the mat. Bring your foot down. Other side, let's loosen up those hips. Send your left toes to the sky, your right heel to the mat. Bend at the knee, open up your hips. Square your pelvis with the mat, bring your foot back down. Come forward to plank. Set your legs up for your side plank. So you're going to swivel to the right, doesn't matter actually which side you start on. So you might have your legs stacked. You might have one foot in front of the other. You might have one leg in front of your hip for support for your kickstand. Bring your hand down, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Swivel to the other side in your variation of plank. Bring your hand down, bring your knees down, child's pose. And then come back up on to your knees. And from your knees, if this is too uncomfortable to do this from your knees, you can do it standing up. But we're going to just send our arms all the way around us, very minimal twist, just to loosen up. Just loosen up a little. And then come back to center. Now we will stand. Okay. Come to your mountain. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, down. Let your arms fall comfortably by your side naturally, and they'll naturally open up this way. Instead of forcing anything, just make it natural. Crown of your head reaching up, head over heart. Hips over ankles. Come on the ball of your right foot. Bring it back down, the ball of your left, and you're going to go back and forth while you're in your mountain. And then you'll pause. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring Anjali Mudra to your heart. Prayer pose. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do 3 half sun salutations. So that means you don't move back. You're going to stay in place. So we'll do it together. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fold over your legs. Soften your knees as you need to. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly out and up and bring the mudra, the prayer mudra, to your heart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, fly out and up and down the center line. Last time, inhale, gather. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, exhale. All right. So we're going to call on our warriors, because our warriors will also help us to remove obstacles. So we're going to combine our warriors here with Ganesha Mudra to help us be indestructible, to have no things in the way of where we want to go. So come and stand in your mountain. Come on the ball of your right foot. Step it back, warrior 1. Instead of Yoga Mudra behind you, you're going to do Ganesha Mudra behind you. You're going to inhale, look up, open up that brave heart. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Release your arms, come up to your warrior. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders and keep them in this position as you turn to the left in the direction of your bent knee. Inhale to center. Exhale, you're going to go in the opposite direction. And as you do, you're going to step into warrior two, feet and legs. And you're going to square your hips. Make sure your shoulders are square. Make sure your left knee is not caving in and your knee is over your middle toes. Your knee is not past your ankle. Right. Look over your left fingers. Look center. Then bring both your hands together in Ganesha Mudra. Inhale, pull. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull. Exhale, release. Inhale, send your hands and arm forward so palms come together. You're going to pull on the bow. So you're going to pull it back in case there's some more obstacles you need to get rid of, and you're going to release it and let it go. One more time, bring your palms together, pull the bowstring, release that arrow to rid you of any last obstacles. Bring your right hand to your thigh, your left arm overhead for a peaceful warrior. Bend your elbow, bring it to your left thigh. Right arm alongside right ear, long line. Straighten your leg. We're coming into triangle. Remember all those straight lines we talked about. Straight lines. Make sure your feet are firm on the mat. Bend your elbows, bring your hands together in Ganesha Mudra. Bring that mudra to your heart. And release. Coming back to your triangle. Come back to warrior two. Step into warrior one. And now you're filled with courage. So you're going to spring off your back foot and you will come into your variation of warrior three. So that may be just lifting your leg a little bit or a lot, your choice. Then you're going to come back up, and bring your right arch to your left calf to come into a tree. Ganesha Mudra. Release, grow your tree. Lift your leg in front of you, your knee, and bring it down. Okay. Other side, come on the ball of your left foot. This time, let's start by lifting our left knee up and stepping it back. Arms behind you, Ganesha Mudra. Open up your heart, brave heart. Inhale, exhale, come forward. Inhale, exhale, open up your arms, warrior one. Open your arms straight out from your shoulders. Twist to the right. Inhale, exhale, twist in the opposite direction, coming in to warrior two. Look over your right fingers. Then look forward, bring your mudra to your heart. Inhale, strengthen your arms. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Peaceful. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Let's bring palm to palm. Pull on that bowstring and release the arrow. Again, bring your left arm around, hand to hand, pull on that bowstring and release it. Now, peaceful warrior. Obstacle-free, peaceful warrior. Bend your elbow, bring your forearm to your right thigh, right arm alongside left arm, I'm sorry, alongside left ear. Straighten your leg. Make sure your torso is long and straight for triangle. Make sure you have your footing, Ganesha Mudra, and release. Once more, Ganesha Mudra, and release. Back up to warrior two. Swivel to warrior one. Get your footing. Bring your weight over your left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot, your right ankle. And spring off your back leg, your back foot, for any variation of warrior three. And then bring it into your tree. Bring Ganesha Mudra in front of you. And then release it to grow your tree, to let it flourish. Turn your knee forward, your left knee forward. Lift it up. Bring it back down. And come to stand. Come back to your mountain and just feel. Just take a few breaths to just feel. Then send your arms out and overhead, fingers pointing to the sky. And we are now so free. We can just blow in the wind like a willow tree from side to side. And you'll come back to center, bring your arms down by your side. Bring your chin to your chest, roll your shoulders, bend your knees, and make your way back down to the mat. And when you get there, you'll come to Dandasana, legs straight out in front of you. Long, straight spine, crown of your head reaching for the heavens. You're going to inhale, gather, bring your arms up to the sky, fingers pointing upward. You're going to inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to hinge from your hips, and you're going to send your right hand to your left fingers, or however far you can reach. Send your left arm back behind you. Find your hand. Low. Allow your left arm to reach for the sky, to come down and cross over your right. Bend your elbows. Release your right arm, send it back behind you. Look for your right hand. Follow your right hand as it reaches up for the sky, as it comes down and crosses over your left. Fold over. Paschimottanasana. The convergence of the Western and Eastern side, the male and the female, the material and the conscious, the spiritual. Look up, release your arms, bring them overhead as you unfold. Bring your hands down by your side. Arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. Inhale, exhale, reach. Inhale, slide back. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, hold. And very slowly, very, very slowly, using your abdominal muscles, using your whole core, use them to bring your whole back down on to the mat. So very slowly. And come all the way down. You're going to bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. You're going to bring your feet back down to the mat. You'll release your legs, of course. Press your right shoulder into the mat and release it. Press your left shoulder into the mat and release it. Once more, right, release, left, release. Now both your shoulders at once, lifting your heart and release. Again, and release. Bring your knees into your chest, this time one hand on each knee. Send your knees away, your arms will straighten, getting your lower back. As your knees come to your chest, it flattens to the mat. As you move your knees away, that lovely little tunnel forms under your back. And then bring your feet back down to the mat. Send your arms straight up. Let your shoulders rest on the mat. So when you reach, just let your shoulders come back down to be flat against the mat. Bend at the elbows, forearm over forearm. Inhale, exhale, bring your left upper arm over to the left. It doesn't really matter which side you start on. Inhale to center, exhale, other side. So you're just working your upper back. You're really rolling over your shoulder blades here. Going to do this a couple more times. And feel the massage on your upper back. And then come back to center and release your arms alongside your body. Right. Bring your knees into your chest. Open them wide apart. Send your knees away, send them forward, bring them together and bring them into your chest. Open them out to the sides, send them away. So you're making two separate circles with your knees. And pay attention to the motion of your spine as well as your hips. And then bring your knees into your chest, and now you'll pause and go the other way. And then finally, bring your knees into your chest. So we're going to do one more thing for our back here. You're going to cross your ankles. Your knees are in into your chest. Cross your ankles, reach for your feet. Ignore that. Keep your ankles crossed. Bring your hands down to the mat. Your palms are on the mat. You're going to push into your palms, lift your hips with your ankles crossed. Exhale, come all the way up. Inhale and exhale. So you're rolling vertically on your back. So just watch me if my cues did not make sense to you. Like a seesaw. And then next time you're on your back, pause. Keep your ankles crossed. So I have my right ankle over my left. Let's all do that, right over left. You'll take your feet in your hands. You'll release your right foot. Place it on the mat in front of your right hip. Then place your left knee down on the mat. You're still holding your left foot, or you're reaching for it. You may not be able to grab hold of it, and that's fine. Then send your left arm up alongside your ear. You're going to push into the mat with your right foot. You want to keep your right knee pointing to the ceiling as you lift your hip up off the mat and send your left fingers in the opposite directions to stretch your body. And then release it. Once more, press into the mat, lift your hip, and bring it back down. And release everything. Cross your ankles, left over right. Take your feet. This time, left foot steps down in front of left hip. Right knee comes to the mat. You're holding right toes. Right arm alongside right ear. Press into the mat, lift your hip. Release it. One more time, make sure you're stretching your right arm. And release it. Your feet should be on the mat. Send your arms straight out from your shoulders. You're going to bring your knees into your chest. Send your knees over to the right and look over your left shoulder. Bring your knees back into your chest. Pause for a breath before sending your knees over to the left, looking over your right shoulder. Bring your knees back to center. Place your feet on the mat. And we're going to do that again, only our twist will be much gentler as our knees will not be in our chest. They're pointing to the ceiling, and send your knees over to the right, your gaze to the left. Bring your knees through center and over to the other side, your gaze to the other side. Roll back over onto your back. Open both knees out to the sides. The soles of your feet are touching. Make cactus shape with your arms. Inhale and then exhale, right knee to right knee, right arm to right arm. So you're closing a book. Inhale, you're opening it. Exhale, you're closing it in the other direction. Inhale, once more on each side, over to the left. Through center, give yourself that breath in center. And over to the other side. And then come back to center. And we have time, I am pleased to say, to do our inversion. So if you have something to put under your hips, lift them, slide your thingy under your sacrum. And then one leg at a time, send them up to the sky like you were against a wall. Bend your knees. Bring your feet to the mat. If you have something under your hips, remove it. And make your way into Shavasana. Legs comfortably open, feet are splayed. Arms rotated, palms facing upward. Feel your whole back body giving in to gravity, letting go. Surrendering to transformation. Om Namah Shivaya. Take a deep breath and begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet in the opposite direction for a final full body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Then come to center, release your legs, roll over onto whichever side you prefer to come to a fetal position. And then make your way up to sit. Bring your hands in front of your heart, this time in Ganesha Mudra. And just let that threshold, that interlacing of forces, stay in front of your heart for a moment. And thank you all so very much for being with me here today. Oops, I'm not leaving. Some of you are, though. Okay. So we will, some of us will stay for meditation. So get yourself in your seat. Feel yourself grounded to the earth. Close your eyes and follow your breath, your natural breath. Bring your awareness to your heart center. And notice your heart beating. Notice that each breath fuels that heartbeat. Notice how that heartbeat pulsates throughout your body. Now bring to mind someone in your life who you love very deeply, unconditionally, or have loved very deeply. Maybe it's more than one. And see them in front of you. And bring to mind that delicious feeling that fills up your heart with joy when you just think of them. When they walk into the room, how it lightens up. Allow that feeling to fill your heart, that beautiful feeling of love, fill your heart all the way up. And then allow that feeling to spread outside of your heart. So big and so strong, your heart can't contain it. And it begins to spread all the way up to the top of your head. Spreads throughout your torso, your neck, your arms, fingers. Feel it fill your whole body up, your legs down to your toes. Feel your whole body filled with that feeling, that glorious feeling. And know this is a feeling you can come to anytime, at any time you wish. And now that love is so incredibly strong that your body can't hold it inside. So it spreads outside your body to your biofield, to that field of energy just outside your body. Spreading outside. Now bring yourself back to your heart center. And notice how you felt so free of any kind of discomfort in the last few breaths when you were thinking and feeling love. So now let's take a part of your body, anywhere in your body where you have discomfort, where there's pain, or perhaps it's in your heart, perhaps it's in your head, perhaps it's anxiety, grief, anything that might hold you back, anything that can create an obstacle. Find that place where it resides in your body, where it manifests. Feel it and focus on that spot. Notice if it has a color and a shape. And then take that shape into your arms like you would a crying child, a baby. And cradle it and rock it from side to side. And ask it what it needs. How can I stop your crying? What is it that you need? What do you need? I want to satisfy your needs. I want to make you comfortable and at peace. And listen to the cries. Listen to the answer to your question. Listen. Listen. And now take that shape, that discomfort, and cradle it again and put it to rest, allowing it to quiet down. And bring yourself back to that feeling of love, that unconditional love, and send it to that place. Send it to that spot. Let yourself fill up again with the feeling of love, that glorious feeling. Feel it fill your whole body up, every inch of your body, so that there can be no discomfort, because every inch of you is filled with love. Every cell in your body is filled with that soothing, unconditional love. And feel those rays of love outside of your body. Knowing how they can expand and reach others and connect you with others. And as you feel that beautiful feeling filled with love, that you can come back to at any time, know that when you meet someone who may be in discomfort, see their love inside of them, even if they don't know it's there. See it and know that they too have love inside of them, and that you and that person, that we are all the same inside, filled with divine love. Bring your hands to your heart. And then open them wide to the sides as you open your eyes, as if to send out and to welcome in that beautiful love. Thank you so much for being with me today.